Imagine standing before the world's most beloved celebrity, someone who's inspired millions with their strength, resilience, and kindness. Now, imagine slapping that person in front of a live audience. Sounds unimaginable, right? But that's exactly what happened on a glittering night in Los Angeles. A fan did the unthinkable. He struck Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson during a star-studded charity gala. The crowd froze. Cameras captured every second. But what happened next wasn't just shocking, it was transformative. This isn't just a story about a slap. It's a story about desperation, redemption, and a secret that would leave even Dwayne Johnson stunned. By the end of this tale, you'll see why kindness is the most powerful force in the world. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button for more incredible stories of real-life heroism and jaw-dropping twists. Now let's unravel a story that starts with a slap and ends with a revelation no one saw coming. The annual charity gala was in full swing, and the air buzzed with excitement. Celebrities mingled, photographers snapped away, and the world watched live streams of the glamorous event. At the heart of it all was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. His towering presence commanded the room, but it wasn't just his physique that people admired, it was his heart. Dwayne was there not to celebrate himself, but to raise money for his foundation, helping children around the globe. This night wasn't about awards or fame, it was about making a difference. But as the spotlight shone on Dwayne, a shadow lingered at the edge of the crowd, a man named Jason Moore. He wasn't there for the glitz or glamour, he was there for something much darker. Jason wasn't a crazed fan, nor was he a heckler. He was a man on the brink, burdened by a secret that had consumed his life. As Dwayne moved through the crowd, Jason's heart raced. He clenched his fists, his mind swirling with emotions. "This is it," he thought. "This is my only chance." When Dwayne turned toward him, Jason did the unthinkable. He slapped Dwayne across the face with such force that the sound echoed through the hall. Gasps erupted. Security swarmed in. Dwayne staggered slightly but didn't retaliate. Instead, he raised his hand to stop the guards. "Wait," Dwayne said, his voice calm yet commanding. "I want to hear him out." Jason, trembling and tearful, blurted out his story. His daughter Emily's terminal illness, his financial struggles, and the countless doors slammed in his face. "I didn't know how else to get your attention," Jason cried. Dwayne listened intently, his expression softening. But before he could respond, someone from the crowd yelled, "He's lying!" The accusation sent ripples of confusion through the room. A woman stepped forward, clutching a phone. "That man scammed my charity last year," she shouted. "He claimed his daughter was sick and we gave him thousands. He's a con artist." The crowd turned on Jason. Murmurs of anger spread. Even Dwayne seemed momentarily taken aback. Jason, now pale as a ghost, stammered, "That's not true. Emily is real, I swear." Security began to move in again, but Dwayne raised his hand once more. "Enough," he said. "If there's any truth to this, we'll find out, but I won't judge a man without proof." Turning to Jason, Dwayne said, "If you're telling the truth, show me. Take me to Emily." What followed was an unprecedented moment. Dwayne, accompanied by a small team and a few media representatives, left the gala with Jason to verify his story. The ride to Jason's home was tense. Dwayne sat silently, observing Jason's every move. As they approached a rundown apartment building, Jason looked over at Dwayne. "You'll see," he said softly. When they entered the apartment, the scene was heartbreaking. Medical equipment filled the living room, and in the corner lay a frail little girl, her head bald from chemotherapy. She looked up and smiled weakly. "Daddy?" she whispered. Dwayne knelt beside her, his massive hand gently holding hers. In that moment, all doubts melted away. But the story wasn't over. As Dwayne promised to cover Emily's medical bills and offered to move the family into a better home, Jason hesitated. "There's something else," Jason said, his voice heavy. He revealed that the reason he had been accused of scamming was because a predatory charity organization had exploited his desperation. They promised to help him, but instead funneled donations into their own accounts, leaving him penniless and branded as a fraud. Jason handed Dwayne a stack of documents, evidence he had gathered but had been too afraid to share. Dwayne's jaw tightened. "We're not just helping Emily," he said. "We're taking these people down." What followed was a months-long battle. With Dwayne's resources and influence, an investigation uncovered a massive charity fraud ring that had been exploiting vulnerable families for years. The story made headlines. Jason's name was cleared, and he became an advocate for ethical fundraising, working alongside Dwayne's foundation to ensure no one else would suffer as he had. Emily, now recovering and full of life, became a symbol of hope for countless families. Years later, Dwayne received a letter in the mail. It was from Emily, now a teenager. "Dear Mr. Johnson," it read, "you didn't just save my life, you gave my dad his dignity back. I hope one day I can do for others what you did for us. Thank you for being our hero." Dwayne smiled, tears welling up in his eyes. This story isn't just about a SLAP, a sick child, or a broken system. It's about the power of second chances, the courage to uncover the truth, and the extraordinary impact of kindness. Dwayne Johnson could have turned his back, but instead he turned a moment of conflict into a movement of compassion. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that inspire, move, and remind us of the power of humanity.